The 90% of my classmates failed in their first year of college, but not me. And I'm going to tell you how I did it. But I just want to tell you practical advice, things that worked for me, okay? So let's continue. And the truth is, I wasn't the smartest guy in my class. In fact, there were classmates who entered the program with much higher scores than mine. And that's why I don't think it was about talent or luck. It was about having some discipline and applying an effective strategy. A strategy that I want to share with you, and one that I haven't seen anyone else talking about on YouTube. Okay, to be honest, in the beginning it was horrible. I was a bad student, okay? And I felt like I was not good at this. But one day I just asked my professor, what do I have to do? And he said something simple, but effective. In this type of careers, the most important thing is to do many exercise. Why? Because you have to practice a lot. In context, I am studying physics, but this is the same for any STEM career. And also you can apply many things of this video in anything, okay? And for that moment, I changed my strategy. The first thing you have to do is understand just the theory, okay? When you understand the theory, then you have to spend the rest of your time just doing exercise, because it's the only thing that you need. And something very important here is that you have to study every day, okay? Class to class. Because it's so much better study just 1 hour or maybe just 30 minutes, but every day than spend the whole night studying the day before the test. And also this is very helpful because you don't stress about deadlines, okay? So that is a good strategy, and also save time, and your mental health is normal, is great. If you are in class, don't take notes, okay? Or at least don't copy all the things that the professor is writing, okay? What I do is just take photos, just take pictures, and that's all. Because in that way, you are focused the whole class just in what the teacher is trying to teach you. Because at home, you can transfer all the information to your notes, okay? So don't worry, just take photos and that's all. But now we have to talk about attending classes, okay? This is very complicated because it depends on many factors. Because sometimes there are many things that you can just learn just in class, okay? You have to go to classes. However, there are other things that you can learn, other things that you can do by your own, like reading books or just watch YouTube videos. And that's great too. And do it, and you save time, and you don't have to go to your college to do that. Consider that option too. And sometimes attending classes is mandatory, so it depends of your college. So to wrap up, I highly recommend you first go to classes, and then if you find something that you can do for your own, just do it, okay? But first, try to go to classes, okay? Regarding to this, another helpful tip is study before the class, because if you know what topics the teacher is going to teach, it's very helpful study before, because you can go to the class more prepared and secure, and also you can have in mind what questions you want to ask. And maybe this is gonna be weird to you, so just try it, okay? You must get into your mind that failing a course is not an option. It's not an option, okay? And that is very related with a book, Psycho-Cybernetics. Very good, I highly recommend it. Now, we know that the first year is gonna be very hard. Yeah, that's true. But over time, you will find your way, okay? So don't get worried, because that happens in every career. The beginning is very different to the end. Don't feel that you are not good at this. It's just the beginning. The beginning is very hard, but when you realize how to work, when you find your rhythm, that's different, and you can thrive in all this. So don't worry. Sometimes you will need to sleep less to prioritize studying. For me, it's so much better go to bed early and sleep a few hours, and then wake up very early to study, because your brain is better, is more active. And I prefer this because when you do the opposite, your brain is not 100%, so you are studying, but really you are not studying good. You are not studying effectively. And this is great. Yeah, this is great, because when you are in the morning, early in the morning, You're alone. There is no one else that can distract you. There is just silence. There is no barks. There are no cars. There is no one calling you. So you are very, very focused on what you have to do. That is great. And this is very, very helpful. I use that like, for me, sometimes when I have to really grind, I just go bed like 12 p.m. and wake up like 3 a.m. Yeah, that's very hard, okay? But I think that is so much better than go to bed at 3 a.m. and wake up at 6 a.m. when you have to prepare all the things to go to college. You sleep the same hours, but in different order. And sleep first is so much better. It's so much better, at least for me. And regarding to this, we all know that sleep is very important. Yes, sleep is very important. Therefore, if you can, sleep, okay? Sleep. Because sometimes when you are studying late at night, studying 1 more hour is not gonna be the difference, okay? But don't get me wrong. Don't forget this mindset. While you are resting, there is someone else working who could surpass you. But it's just that if you can sleep, do it. But don't forget that mindset, okay? But something that is non-negotiable is sleeping well before the test. You have to sleep well before the test. And regarding to sleep in general, I highly recommend watch this video. It's a TED Talk. Another fundamental thing, deep work. Do blocks of intense work and avoid the shallow work. This is a concept where you feel like you are moving forward, but in reality, you are not being productive at all. Sometimes it's so much better to study just a block than spend the whole day studying, but you have distractions like you are using your phone, talking with your friends, you want to eat, you want to go to bathroom, and many other things. So for a block, just focus, really focus on what you have to do, that is studying or whatever other thing. And also, and something very, very important, don't waste time. Don't waste time. This is a general advice, but really this is very helpful when you are studying in college, because there are many time gaps where you are not doing nothing productive. I highly recommend use this time. Study or do whatever you have to do, but use it because it's your time. Don't waste your time. Yeah, dude, just try it. You can do it during breaks, for example. And here is the last thing. Maybe it's a little bit controversial, but just listen, okay? Don't get carried away by the crowd. For example, if others are protesting or deciding not to go to college, not attending classes, prioritize your future before theirs. In my case, I made an unpopular decision, but I think it was the right one. Final reflection. These things work for me, but don't take it as an absolute truth. Try them out and stick with what works best for you. In the end, passing wasn't about luck. It was about focus and strategy. You need to know what your priorities are and where you are putting your energy. If I could do it, you can too. Thank you for all. Thank you if you watched until the end. I really appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to see more interesting content, just subscribe and share. Take care and see you next time. Roñas!